Welcome to Series 2 of the Understanding Boys podcast. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which this podcast is recorded, the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nation. We pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. In Series 2, we speak to young people about life and their stories. What do these boys and girls think it is to be a good man these days? And if you had a story that you could tell an adult and they'd listen, what would that story be? In these short interviews, we explore these questions and much, much more. I'm Dr. Ray Swan and I hope you enjoy Series 2 of Understanding Boys. In this episode of Understanding Boys, we speak with Aubrey. And in it, Aubrey tells us a little bit about what he's been doing with his time, about fixing up his motorbike, what he enjoys about grade 5. He shares with us what he thinks it is to be a good man and what he wants to do in his life. We talk a bit about camping in the future. I hope you enjoy our podcast today. It's great to see you, Aubrey. Welcome to the Understanding Boys podcast. We haven't had a talk for a little while, have we? It's been a little while since you and I have had a chat.
Yeah.
But since that time, you've grown a lot, I reckon. You've grown a whole bunch. And one of the things I always remember, that you love doing is you love sort of making things and pulling things apart and putting them together. And various times I've been past your house and seen you've had motorbikes and lawnmowers and all sorts of things that you're interested in. What have you been sort of doing in your spare time lately?
Well, my next door neighbour, Brett and Kirsty and Lola and Flynn, they chucked out a computer and I've just been slowly taking that apart, seeing what I can do with it.
Have you got it to work?
Well, all I need is a hard drive for it and then it'll work.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty amazing. How did you work that out?
Well, you take off the cover of the screen and then you pop out the screen and then just where the hard drive's meant to be, there's no hard drive.
Okay, so you can sort of see that's the bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And of all the things that you've fixed up over your 11 years on this earth, what's one of the best things you reckon you've got working?
I probably got my motorbike to work.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? Tell me a bit about your motorbike.
So it was a Pee-wee 50, 50cc, and it wasn't very powerful, but it could carry me around.
Yeah.
And my cousin Eldie gave it to me,
mm-hmm.
and it just wasn't working. It was leaking petrol, and I had to take apart the carburetor quite a few times.
Oh, really? Yeah. Was it a bit or something, or?
Yeah. There's a float inside the carburetor where the petrol pushes up, and it pushes up this float to stop too much petrol getting into the engine and flooding the engine. And there's a little pin there that helps it, and that pin had gone missing, so the engine was just flooding. But me and Aldi managed to carve a piece of wood and stick it in the place of that little piece of metal, and now it works. But it got stolen last year.
Oh, no, your motorbike got stolen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
We went on holiday and then we came back and it was gone.
Oh, that's really disappointing after all that work as well.
Yeah.
And what was it when you were with the motorbike, what was it? Were you really determined were there a few setbacks or did it all just sort of happen? Or, tell us a bit about how you kind of managed to keep persisting long enough to work it out.
Yeah. So we got it and I was slowly giving up because it had a kick start, and every day I'd go down and kick it and kick it and kick it and kick it for about maybe 20 minutes. And then I'd go off and do something else. And I tried it one last time. I took the carburetor off, checked everything, I put it back on, I kicked it and it started. And I was like,
wow. Oh. That's a good sound, isn't it? When you first, I remember I used to really like,
trying to fix up cars, and I had this car project for ages, and it was sitting there, and it was about a year, and then one day, we got the motor to start, and it was just like,
yeah.
good, so good to come alive, after all that work and all those things. So that's great, and it's really disappointing though that somebody stole it. That's not so good at all. So tell me, so at school, you're in grade 5, what are some of the things you're enjoying?
We play Tiggy a lot.
Yeah.
Gang up Tiggy, which is really fun. I've taken off a bit of weight in the last, in this COVID time, because I've been running a lot. And I've got quite fast now.
I didn't think you had too much weight to take off.
Well, yeah, true. But I've got faster.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. And we're also playing soccer again, which is a lot of fun. I really like soccer. And we get to go down bush now too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a bit of space.
Yeah, that's basically all.
Yeah, nice. And good to see your friends again. I imagine, during the quarantine time, it would have been a bit frustrating not sort of just seeing your buddies every day and, hearing the stories and having a few jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. What Mark did is he would just video himself drawing patterns for geometry that used to be our main lesson.
Yeah.
And then he'll send it over the line on email.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so you'd be able to work with that and keep the learning going, which is really important. One of the things that we talk about a little bit on this podcast is about, being a boy or being male, being a man, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Do you, in your thinking, do you have any ideas about, what it is to be a good man or do the right thing or what it is even to be male? Do you is that something that's on your thinking at all?
Well, I think a good man will be kind, playful, happy, and yeah.
Kind, playful, happy. I love it. That's really it's pretty simple, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't think I can think of anything else.
I don't think you need to. I think that's a really great list. That's a really great list. Kind, playful and happy. I love it. That's really fantastic. And in your, when you think about going to secondary and, sort of beyond that, have you had any thoughts yet about where you want to go in your life and what sort of things you'd like to do?
Well, I'd starting to head towards an inventor. If not, I'll go to an electrician.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's great. Well, there's probably they're probably similar in some ways, aren't they? Being an inventor and being an electrician, they would both be really great. I remember doing stuff with, obviously you at the moment you're working on a computer, and I know you've had a good fiddle around with a few other electronic things. But if you could invent something, what would you invent, do you reckon? If you just could invent anything at all?
I'm not sure. I'll probably try and invent better aeroplanes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ones that are, carry more people or fly further or more efficient or what?
Yeah, they might be a bit more kind of luxurious and fly further. And yeah.
That'd be pretty good. Yeah. Where would you like to fly?
I would like to go to America.
Okay. Yeah. To see what's over there and the people and...
Yeah. I've heard that there's good views over there.
Yeah, there are good views. I've been to America actually a couple of times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's really great. I love it. It's amazing. There's really good views. There's a place on the West Coast called San Francisco, and they've got really good views. It's got that big bridge. It's called the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Oh.
It's in pictures quite a lot. And, yeah, there's beautiful views. And that coast all the way there actually is, yeah, it's really pretty, like lots of beaches and stuff. I know you love your camping as well. You do a lot of camping and
Yeah,
fishing and all those things, don't you?
yeah. I recently got a swag for my birthday.
Oh, nice. Have you slept out in it? I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I have.
Just in the backyard,
Yeah,
under the stars.
yeah.
Or was it cloudy?
Well, it's kind of cloudy.
Yeah, that's great. Let me ask you this, Aubrey, you know, when you think about the future, like what's going to happen, do you have anything that you think about? Like, do you sort of wonder about or what's going on with the planet or people more, you know, other things that you sort of see when you think about the future?
Well, when I see the future, I see a lot of upgrading.
Yeah.
I see less people being poor and not having houses.
Uh-huh.
I see the environment not being destroyed.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, really.
Yeah, they're really big things, aren't they? Yeah, so
Yeah.
being better off and caring for the poor and caring for the environment. Yeah, they're really great things to think about, definitely. Why are they important to you?
Well, because I just feel sorry for the environment and poor people and all of those other, things.
Mm.
Yeah, and I want to help them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure you can with what you do, you know, whether you're an inventor or an electrician and, you know, making things for people and helping them along the way and caring for the environment. They're all things that you can do and you can start doing now, I suppose. Do you talk about anything like that at school?
No, not much.
Just sort of happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Well, I've just got two last questions, and we sort of talked a little bit about the good man thing, you know, being happy and free.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of that is to be a good man? If you were walking down the road and you saw someone, you said they're a good man, what would they be doing, do you reckon?
They would be kind of laughing and
Yeah.
just looking very happy and waving to people and having a nice big smile.
Just like yours, mate. That's great. Yeah, I really love it. I love the sense of joy you bring. It's so good. It makes me happy talking to you, actually. Well, thank you very much, Aubrey, for joining us on the podcast today. It's been really, really great to talk to you. I feel happier and smilier and full of life just in talking to you, as I always do. And I love the way you, I love what you do and how you do it. It's so great. And just keep being you. And I'm looking forward to continuing to see you grow into the, you know, the beautiful young man that you already are. So have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Ray.
See ya.
See ya.
We hope you've enjoyed this Understanding Boys podcast. Make sure you subscribe on your podcast app and please leave us a review to help grow the community. For more information about the podcast, please visit understandingboys.com.au. Until next time, thanks for listening.